Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to When Queens Converse. I am your host, Ashaki, and I am here with my lovely co-host, Aisha Tyree,
Hey.
Patty,
Hello.
and Zakua.
Hey.
We are back with more, y'all. But of course, as always, before we get into some of these shenanigans, we got to have a drink. So we decided this week that we were going to do Black-owned wines. And I'll hand it over to Patty so she can let you know what she has.
All right. So what's better than doing anything with your girls than conversing over a bottle of wine? So I wanted to do features of Black-owned wineries or Black affiliated wines. So this week I chose Snoop Dogg's 19 Crimes Cali Rose wines. I'm gonna try this. I've never had it before, but I've heard, good things about it. So I'm gonna pour this up today and I'm gonna see what the other girls got. Aisha, Tyree, what do you have, dear?
I have a more locally owned wine. It's called Silly Whole Fame from a brother named Bruce from Philly.
Hey, brother.
It's a red sangria. It's very delicious.
All right. And then Akua, what do you have today?
I have Mixed by Nicki Minaj. I haven't tried it yet, but I heard she has great Moscatos and sangrias.
All right, ladies. So let's first and begin. Let's all pour. Let's do a air toast.
Cheers to you, love.
Cheers to a good show, ladies.
Cheers.
Let's do it.
Let me taste this.
Okay, Nikki.
How's it taste?
Okay, Nikki. Yeah.
Okay. What about the Moscato?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to try that one.
You liked it? Okay. Okay, great.
When I have me a little cupcake, I'm gonna partake in that as well, a little snack.
Okay. All right, well, let's get into this foolery.
My keto, but go
ahead. First, this is a little bit of foolery. So Travis Scott had a concert over the weekend in Houston at the NRG and ended up with 8 dead and a slew of injuries. A security guard says he was injected in the neck with drugs.
Mm-hmm.
They also blamed a lack of trained medical officials at the facility for the amount of injuries. So apparently it seems that once the performance started, people started pushing towards the stage. Some people were trampled. They talked about being unable to breathe, which was really strange to me considering it was an open air concert. Mm-hmm. So I wondered what else was going on. Mm-hmm. But it looks like there were a slew of drugs being passed around. They was passing around pills. And apparently they done injected a security guard in the neck.
Well, I heard several people were injected. Like people were going around injecting people without their consent with whatever this drug was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever the drug
Travis
was.
Scott spoke about it and he was very upset. He was very upset. He was very upset.
They're going to
Travis Scott was.
Sue him, watch.
Oh, they're going to sue the devil out of him.
But why should they?
And that's so sad. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because he had nothing to do with that.
They wouldn't get my money.
Well, that's what happens when you got it like that. People gonna hold you liable, period.
Yeah.
And they gonna get their money.
Mm-hmm. And apparently Travis Scott's fans are more of the lighter side of your palm.
So they gonna get their money.
So get ready, Travis.
Get ready.
You like your friends, so
right,
get ready. They gonna be all over you.
Yeah, settle on out.
Yeah, it's a mess. Listen. It was a mess. I mean, they said that they had so many multiple injuries. They were having to perform CPR on people. It was
what the hell was they injecting folks with, girl?
They don't know yet.
They don't know. But that's the thing. Like they passing around.
It was the vaccine. They was injecting folks with the vaccine.
Girl.
Oh, the way I hate her.
With that daggone back. Say, honey.
That's why he had to get ahead and he made that statement because he know they coming for him.
Oh,
so
yeah.
get out here and
And
say,
listen, let's be real. Honestly,
Very
it's not his fault. That is
It's
not
not.
his fault in any way,
It's
shape,
not.
form, or fashion.
Has nothing to
So,
do-
you know, unfortunately, he probably will be held liable for it.
Yeah.
But it really and truly, like, how do you control what
The
people
venue,
are bringing
everybody
in?
involved is getting sued. The venue, they're going to sue the venue and everything because we live in a society where that's the first thing they say is sue.
Yeah.
Were they able to find the accomplices, behind
No.
the injection?
Not yet.
No,
I don't think
not
that they've
yet.
come to that conclusion
But
yet.
because it was
Again, we're talking
outside,
about an
it
outdoor
wasn't cameras
concert that
everywhere.
probably had
Cameras were
thousands
everywhere.
of people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cameras were
Passing
not
out
everywhere. It was
drugs. They
outside.
looking like they in the 70s. It's free love. Come on, pass these drugs out.
They was at Woodstock, honey.
Right? Kind of foolishness, ma'am. Sorry.
I'm not mad behind passing a joint or two. You know what I'm saying?
No, they weren't passing joints, baby. They
But
were
the injection,
passing pills, and they were
Oh.
sticking folks with needles. And how many times did you stick somebody with that same needle? I'm so very concerned about all of this.
I'm
actually.
disgusted.
The
That's
more I think
disgusting.
about this, the more I become a little
It's
more
very
concerned
disgusting.
about all of this. Travis Scott, you might need
I don't like it.
produce a gospel album. Your fans are suspect.
They have bro.
Look, good thing he ain't married Kylie because they'd have been after her billions, baby.
Well,
You
they gonna
already
get it.
know.
But he
They
got
are
money.
gonna get it.
Oh, no. I'm sure he does. He does have money.
Oh yeah.
However, he does not have more money than his gal.
Yeah.
He got money. He ain't got that money.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
He ain't got that. He ain't got that B
type
money. He ain't got that B money. He got that M money. He ain't got that B
You're
money.
right.
Yeah. Well, Kanye West.
Ooh, come
Come on, Yeezy.
easy.
Praises a road lizard. Kanye
Not a
West
road
was on
lizard.
Drink Champs.
Or a
And
Betsy mug, maybe? A Betsy mug?
a road, that too, crazy as ever. He was on
Hey,
Drink
crazy
Champs.
as cat pussy.
Right.
Yeah, see?
That's what we say here in B-more. He crazy as
Is that what y'all saying, Bob? I ain't never heard that
correlate.
before.
And but girl, who makes this shit up?
Well, we also say they high as Fat Charles' ass. Who is Fat Charles? And how high is his ass?
And
But that's
how
what we say.
so fat.
Oh girl, okay.
I'm
the
sorry.
foolery.
That's them East Coast sayings. I don't know nothing about no East Coast sayings. Give me Midwest and the South sayings. I got them sold up.
Yeah.
But we asked Cooter Brown, and I had to
I'm
look.
here to give y'all a little
Cooter
East
Brown.
Coast culture.
Now, you know
That's what
I know
I'm here
that one.
for.
High Cooter
Come
Brown.
on, give us a little bit of that corn.
Brown soldier. Oh, they was trying to recruit him. It was something. I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna pin it at the end of the show.
Okay.
But Cooter Brown, they was trying to get him to go to war. I think
Brown.
gonna fight on. So he kept getting himself drunk so that every time they tried to recruit him to go to war, he
Oh, he was smart.
So he
He
was
was
high.
intelligent.
He was kind of smart.
Yeah.
Smart. So we got to start saying smart as Cooter Brown. It really don't hit. We're gonna go back
Right.
to
High Cooter Brown.
Smartest
Okay.
that over the head. It don't hit like
All right,
the
back to Kanye crazy ass.
Back to
Okay.
Kanye crazy. So Noriega, I don't know if y'all remember Capone and Noriega, N-O-R-E, has a show called Drink Champs.
Yeah,
I heard it was a good
Well,
show.
I like
heard it
Drink
was a good
Champs.
show.
I love Drink
It
Champs.
is. I like
It is a great show.
He's a good
Drink
host
Champs
and
is a great show.
interviewer. Uh-huh.
Kanye had a lot to say, per usual.
Kanye.
In
Mhm.
true Kanye fashion.
Yes, he does.
He talked about Just Blaze, who was another producer who produced half of Jay-Z's Blueprint album, and I'm sure everybody has heard Just Blaze's name.
Okay.
Well, Kanye feels like Just Blaze
Johnny
was
Blaze.
a copycat. He was just a copycat. He said he gets credit for the Blueprint album when Kanye did the first half, and all that Just Blaze did was copy his second half.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, he
What was
also
bringing
said he sent the text out to Jay-Z, Travis Scott, Kim Kardashian, and who was the other person? Whoever the
Big-
fourth person, who?
It's just like what?
He talked
He
about
sent
Big.
them a group text that said, I make more money than all y'all combined.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he
No,
did.
No, he didn't. Please don't
Yes,
tell
he
me that.
did.
He must be
His
out here.
bed
That
needs to
man
be
living his
reevaluated.
reality. You
Who
let
was
that
the?
man live in
Oh,
his own
Drake.
reality
Drake
that
was
he
the fourth
created.
person. Drake. It was Jay-Z, Kim, Drake, and Travis Scott. He sent them a group text and said, "I make more than all of y'all combined."
Combined.
Listen,
But he angry.
and this ties into our next segment. Kanye's meds need to be rechecked. So,
Y'all leave Kanye alone. Y'all don't know.
No,
that.
we
You
will
don't know
not.
The inner workings, what be going on. You know this
He
that
loves
on
it.
media,
He loves
honey.
the
will
attention.
not.
He
And I
lives
love
for this attention.
He loves
I
it.
love
But
Kanye, but
That's
he
what
he
he
still
does.
has a
All
mental
publicity
illness
is
that
good publicity. So let him be.
right, but he
No.
still has a mental illness that does
Yes,
need to be addressed.
it's very. Listen, it is very hindering. You have to think. Well, and I guess in his
Hindering
mind,
in what
he
way?
is
How's it
successful.
hindering? What
But
did
he
it
could
hinder?
probably be so much more. Listen, sir, you selling clothes that look like bums wear them.
This is
They
the thing.
love it. They
Kanye
buy
has
it.
a big reach. He has a big reach. He has a big
He
audience
does.
that knows he deals with mental illness. Him not addressing his mental illness is making other people feel like it's okay not to address their mental illness. That's how I feel.
I don't
agree. I just
I don't
think that Kanye has he has a blueprint on how he likes to do things, and he likes for you people to be in an uproar about him. I just
That
don't
too,
know.
but
So
he
you don't
still
think
has a mental
Kanye
illness.
has
You
some
can't
mental illness?
diagnose anybody from what the media portrays of somebody.
No. We ain't talking about what they said. We talking about what
No.
he said.
He
has
said he had a
admitted that he
mental
has
illness.
mental illness.
He said it.
Oh, okay. So then what? So what's he doing about it? He takes medications. He sees somebody.
He does not want to take the medication. He says that he does not like to take the medication. He does not like how it makes him feel.
And that is.
we need to find a tell for you.
You know, I work
Even
with
now,
mental
he
health,
don't
so
get- he
I
don't
work
seek
with plenty of people who are
any help.
schizophrenic, bipolar, and they don't want to take their medication because it makes them feel like they are a zombie. So I mean, you know, I get it.
Well, what's the
I
right
get
thing?
it. I get it because it hits me close to home. I get it. But in the same sense, it doesn't have to. You have to work with your doctors and figure out what's best for you. You don't have to be on medication. Sometimes you just need to talk it through. Not seeking any kind of mental help is a hindrance to you and everybody around you because they do get to a breaking point. And when they get to that breaking point,
you got to be accountable to your children.
Yes, I agree that you should.
Well, that little girl gonna be something else too, though. Speaking of that little North, honey.
Oh, she stays getting her mama together.
She's a little fast for my liking.
She's a little too fast for your liking. Well, she's a Hollywood kid, so
fast.
There you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he also offended Soulja Boy, and they talked about why Soulja Boy verse got dropped off that new album that Kanye had. Y'all know when he had that concert in Atlanta, he was laying in the middle of the floor, and the people paid to watch him take a nap. Soulja Boy got dropped off that, and when asked why Soulja Boy got dropped, Kanye said, "Did y'all hear the verse? It was trash."
And Noriega first was like, oh, and then he didn't get it. And then he came back and said, well, was it trash? He was like, yeah. And kept moving on with the conversation like, y'all didn't know.
But went as far to say that Soulja Boy was like a top 5 influential rapper. But
because he is. He's not. Lyrically, he's not. But the trends that he said, absolutely.
The trends that he sets is what makes him not a lyricist, I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
But the trends that he says, the businessman that he is, the business acumen that he has, yes, he is on top. He rocks what he does.
He does.
Lyricist, not so much. But
he's another one. He stays in the media. But now y'all know that Soulja Boy did not like that. And he too got online and went on a good rant and said that Ye was full of shit because you sent me multiple text messages saying how hot the verse was.
He was just trying to appease you, boo-boo. He was just trying to appease you. He couldn't. He was passive aggressive. He said that to you, but then he snatched your.
We're talking about Kanye. He is not passive aggressive at all.
That is passive aggressive. If you tell somebody you like something, but then snatch they go burst off,
that's
you
being
passive aggressive.
That's bipolar. Mentally unstable. That ain't passive aggressive.
Did he get paid?
He's just a lie. Period.
Did he get paid?
You lied to somebody. Either you lied to Soulja Boy or you lied.
I like to see the good in
just
all
a lie.
people.
You lied.
He loved to lie.
He loved to lie.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
we love
yeah.
to lie.
honey.
Now he love the live, Bob. Yes.
Did Soldier Boy get paid for the verse? You got paid for the verse.
That's a good question. I don't know. Did
Like,
he? If you got paid, I guess at the end of the day, you don't really care what he got to say.
Like,
what we talking about?
People feed into Kanye. They give him too much attention because they let this man live in a stadium because he said he was homeless. They giving this man too much attention. Who lives in a fucking stadium?
People paid for Kanye West to lay in the middle of that floor and then take a nap.
So who's
and then be lifted up
the
like
crazy
Jesus.
one? Don't sound like he the crazy one to me.
It doesn't sound like he's the crazy one. He is the Dave. What is his name? Dave Koresh of his people. He's the leader of the cult.
He got crazy. The little Kanye cult.
The little Kanye cult. People follow whatever. They follow. People will follow any goddamn thing.
They will somehow, some way. I always wonder how people get. I don't understand them
because they're mentally ill as well.
Well, that might be it. You might be on to something.
I'm not following back nobody. I'm gonna always do what I want to do.
That's ridiculous. You think I'm gonna pay for you to lay on that motherfucking floor and go to sleep?
Right.
No.
And listen. I love the old Kanye. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too.
Kanye. This new Kanye. So I didn't watch the full interview. I still have yet to watch the full interview, but I'm very interested in what he said because I want to know like what he said about the whole Big Sean thing, and he made some reference to Big Sean.
Oh
and John.
Yeah, he did.
And those two,
he said signing Big Sean was the worst thing he's ever done.
But listen, and I love, and I've heard things about Big Sean as well. So I mean, it's always two sides to every story.
But it can't it can't just be everybody else because Tiana was on his label, and she also had some issues with how she was being handled on Kanye's label.
Yeah,
I think that's why she's stopping her music, if I'm not mistaken.
It is because she felt like she did not get the marketing and the push that she should.
And she did not.
And she's very talented.
She's y'all know I love me some Tiana. She is my favorite, but she did not. She's very talented singer. She can dance, all of that thing, and I love her fashion sense. Kanye didn't promote her like he promotes everybody else, but what can you do? Because Kanye is also smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
He got her. She gotta stop.
He got a beautiful. He is definitely much beautiful mindish.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Little Rain Man. Negro is not
Rain Man.
Yeah. Need to stop.
A lot of artists are
quite beautiful mindish.
Quite Rain Manish.
All right, let's move on. Aisha.
Yeah.
The Tiger King star.
Are the girl that I never had. I'm sorry. I've been. Okay.
You need to let it
know you better.
Hey,
let that out. It was in your spirit.
I'm sorry.
It was in my spirit.
It was on your spirit. It's fine. A praise break. Tiger King. The Tiger King star, Joe Exotic. He is asking for a compassionate release from prison.
They need to let him go.
Has an aggressive form of cancer. And he would like to be released.
They should let the Tiger King go. Because what's the chick name? Carol
Baskin.
Carol Baskin then killed her husband and fed him to the lions.
She didn't do it, Ma.
Girl, fuck you, Booker. Here you go with the bullshit. Yes, she did. She fed that man to the lions.
With a proof.
And the lions probably shit it out and made some trees grow with the shit.
Improve. He didn't do it. She didn't do it.
That's that good fertilizer.
That's good fertilizer. That man is. Listen. Fuck Carol Baskin.
Joe wants to come home, y'all. He wants to come home.
Let Joe come.
Currently serving 22 years for a murder for hire plot. But he has enough. He says it's a very aggressive form of cancer. Very aggressive.
Well, that man be free.
He needs to come home. So he said so he can die at home. He want to die at home.
He want to die in peace. He don't want to die in no jail cell. Who wants to?
Somebody needs to tell him that is his new home.
Yeah, that's a new home. Unfortunately,
this is your new home.
I just want to let your new home. That's so very entertaining to me. I was so entertained by that.
He was very entertaining.
Ooh, When that tiger was biting his ankles, honey, oh my God. He had them tigers under control. He was in there like, yeah, that tiger was biting them ankles on that camera.
Joe Exotic was made for TV. You hear me?
Job. That's my dream job. I want to play with those animals.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. This is not a petting zoo, ma'am.
Listen, y'all, don't worry. I will show you guys a clip of this one when she took me to a fucking petting zoo. The one that loved animals the most. Y'all want to see her reaction?
Oh my God!
Shit!
Look how he opened his phone.
She said she was a little aggressive.
Shit! I'm scared. I am scared. Let me just put. I'm gonna just. Maybe I can.
Just try it. Try it. Booker.
Hold on. Pull the sleeve back here. Excuse you.
She said they come in slow and then they grab real fast. Look at her. She wait on you.
I know.
She wants
nervous.
you to pull it together.
I need you to wait. You're doing this. I'm not ready.
Your hand not flat enough.
Oh.
Come on.
There you go. You got it. Look, there you go. Yeah, because baby.
Booker.
Outside, boo. With those animals like Carol Baskin.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Because you are Carol Baskin type
and
bitch.
Joe.
You a Carol Baskin type of bitch.
On the show.
She is. Feed you to the tigers.
Feed you to the motherfucking tigers.
None the fucking wiser. None the wiser.
Right.
All right, we're moving on to Will and Jada.
Oh, I'm sick of that tramp. I am sick of shit.
You just let her be.
Jada can't do.
You don't know they understand it. Don't you do that.
Girl, she
can't do no wrong.
Her shit.
No Jada slander will be tolerated around here.
We can't get mad for what that man accepting.
Listen,
and we don't know
so that's what this is about.
Great. They've been being great for decades.
That's what this is about. Will Smith in his new book talks about loving in freedom. Yeah. When he was on his Oprah interview, he said that means that it signifies having a relationship that is not as traditional or restrictive as a traditional marriage. It speaks more to friendship versus marital prison.
Bullshit.
And they already said that. I don't even understand why we keep on beating this dead ass horse.
Why is it bullshit? Wait a minute, guys. Let's listen to this controversial bitch right here.
In the confines of their relationship.
Come on, Patty. Come on, controversial queen. Why is it bullshit?
Patty loving in freedom. That's what I'm gonna start saying.
Loving in freedom.
Loving in freedom.
I'm
loving in freedom.
What's
wrong with that?
Your interpretation of loving in freedom is different from somebody else's.
Yes. And that's okay because you ain't in a relationship with that person.
No, right.
So long as your interpretation is the same with people you're in a relationship with,
determined by them. Yeah.
I don't give a damn about that. All I'm saying is that why you gotta keep on talking about it? A real relationship.
Well, because they both have platforms. She has a talk show, and it's never going to listen. If
what's
you are
different from
somebody like Will Smith,
out
do you
there
think people are not going to
being an
ask
arrogant
about it?
motherfucker? They both leading to the people who want to hear it.
Bullshit. She's trying to promote her.
It's new, it's different, it's odd to people. So so I get it.
It's not that even odd to people. People live this lifestyle and they are happy that she is talking about it.
Yeah, a lot of people.
We just don't know. It's odd to the people who don't live
what
the lifestyle.
marriage means to them. And they have said that we do not use the terminology married. We say we are life partners. They're not going. We're not going. They said we're not going nowhere. We are together. We're not going nowhere. There will be no divorce.
Look, she been through a lot.
And I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Jada been through a lot.
Well, speak on your fellow Baltimorean, girl. Go ahead and speak on your fellow Baltimorean. Go ahead. What she been through, girl?
She was in a bind, mate. She was been through some shit.
She was in a bind.
She was in a bind.
Listen, she figured it out. They are figuring it out together. They have decided, this is what we gonna do. And it works for them.
People,
So if it works for them, I don't understand why everybody else
in
is so
Philly. A B-more chick with a Philly dude. What you want from a nigga?
Hey,
God.
on, Baltimore and Philly.
What the fuck you want from my nigga?
Y'all so fast.
Y'all know y'all can't put me in a crew together. Wow.
Because I don't know how to
I
act.
know y'all know better than that.
I do not know how to act. Yeah. So they have said, so he has a new book coming out November 9th, titled Will. I Want It.
I'm not gonna be
big ups to Jada and Will Smith doing their thing and they
defining their relationship the way they want it to be.
The way they want it. They ain't
Instead
held
of
to
what
the fire of this
society
society or any other society. So
now I drink to that all day long.
I'm drinking to loving and freedom. I do like that part.
You like that loving and freedom, don't you?
Loving and freedom.
So
I'm gonna tell my husband that.
Booker, you like that, don't you,
baby?
Coming out.
You want to try loving and freedom?
And of course, Jada has her talk.
The pastor has to teach loving and freedom.
Yes.
It's the name for it, but I've been loving and freedom. So Patty loving and freedom, my new name. But I've been
Patty loving and freedom.
Patty is loving and freedom. All right. We're gonna take a pause for the calls and thank some of those sponsors. We'll be right back.
Today's sponsor is Unapologetically Natural. Unapologetically Natural, where health and wellness is a lifestyle. Check out their new scent, Romance. You can follow Unapologetically Natural on Facebook or Instagram. Place an order and use the coupon code QUEENS.
We're back. So in our second half, we're going to talk about the stigma around mental health in the Black community. So in Black in America today, we are talking about mental health. Of course, most folks know that if you grew up before the 90s, probably, and even before then also, mental health was not a thing in the Black community.
No.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with you. You just need to go to church, or
you need to
ain't nothing wrong with you. You just need a little break.
Oh, you just looking for attention.
He just need a whooping. Mm-hmm. That's what we grew up with. We grew up with ain't no such thing as mental health. Ain't no such thing as depression. All you new age babies with these triggers and all these diagnoses. We done had it.
No,
yeah,
ain't nothing wrong with them. They just want attention.
Yeah. And let's be real. Okay, we do now realize, of course, that is very valid. Of course, like I said, we grew up in an era where that just was not a thing. You know, you didn't get help. God was your help. Your family was your help.
Praying Terry.
Yeah. So, but because of us growing up that way, we have dealt with trauma in the incorrect way. We do not express ourselves appropriately. We do not deal with emotional issues appropriately because, of course, again, that is how we were raised. The stigma around mental health is often attributed to a general distrust of the medical establishment as a whole from Black people. And that is not without its merit. African Americans have been misdiagnosed at a higher rate than whites quite often.
Yes.
And it is also attributed to seeking mental health care is viewed as a weakness.
Yes, it is.
Which is running counter. And that runs counter to the survivalist mentality that was born in Black people from systemic oppression. Mm-hmm. So what do we ladies think about the current trend of mental health and versus, of course, what it was when we grew up? Patty, you got your hand up. Go, I pick you.
So I want to say, first of all, I want to give a shout out to all the people who are taking their mental health serious and are getting some help that they need. I am one of them people who I needed to go get some counseling and for whatever issues that I had in the past. And I shied away from it for a very long time, but I kept letting the issue just like stay within me. It was never getting any better, you know what I'm saying? And then finally one day I had enough. So I took, I took some time out, used my resources at my job, did what I needed to do. And I feel much better afterwards. And I hate that even like with my own parents, I remember when I told my mom, me and my mom are very close. We have such a great relationship. When I told her I was getting some therapy, she was like, what's wrong with you? And I'm looking like, girl, I need help. Like, I need to talk to somebody. I need to talk to somebody who does not know me. I need to talk these issues out. And I am telling you, like, since I've gotten my therapy, I've been a much better person. Like, I'm not going to keep letting these issues go on because it's affecting me. It was affecting my kids. Just, my, not, what I wanted. So, like I said, shout out to the people who are, taking their mental health serious and not letting everybody judge them for going to get the treatment that they need. Getting therapy is not a weakness for anybody. It's something that you need to do. If you want to be a better you. So that's my take on it.
Cool.
So I would say that I think that, as Black women, we have this burden on us that we have to be strong. And when we try to reach out to seek help, especially for mental health help, it's looked at as a weakness. And so I think that stigma needs to be rectified, needs to be changed, because it's not us being weak. It's us being strong. It's us saying, hey, you know what? I'm drowning right now and I need some supports. I need some other skills, some other tools that will help me be successful for myself, to better myself and to better the people that are around me. So I am a proponent, of course, of mental health. I'm a therapist myself and I am seeking my own mental health because, I struggle. I have 4 children. I have a husband. I have things going on all the time. And like Patrice said, it's good to have, Patty said, it's good to have that outside person that you can talk to that doesn't know you, that just is that's unbiased, that's giving you actual suggestions, recommendations, opinions about what you're discussing. So I am a proponent of mental health counseling.
Aisha?
Well, guys, this is a tough subject for me. Yeah, it's very hard for me. It's not hard for me to talk about. I've talked about it at my job. They put me on a platform to talk about these things. It is a passion to get it out in the Black community. Maybe that's why I feel so passionate about, Kanye West, because growing up with the way I grew up, it's definitely frowned upon. And you definitely fight to be strong, be a survivor, and you don't even know that you're dealing with these issues. You think it's life. You think this is how it's supposed to be. You think it's normal, and you don't. Some people never recognize that they're living in this state. But when you do, it's already affected you so much and is affecting your kids. And then it takes a toll over you. It took a great toll over me. I grew up in a very unnurturing,
healthy,
household. I had my son at 14. I had my daughter at 16. I moved out at 16 years old. I've never not had some type of responsibility in my life, because before then I was mothering my brothers. And I was the middle, but I was the only female. And so it affected me a lot. That when it hit me, I broke down to the least common denominator because I didn't know how to deal with it. It didn't even dawn on me to go seek help. I just thought, I'm just going, lay in this bed a few days and I'll be okay.
Because we have to deal with it. It's like,
I can't really touch nobody because, honestly, most of my friends haven't been through the childhood I've been through, so I didn't think they would relate. So I kept it hushed for a while, and then it came to a point where I didn't have a choice but to let it out. And I didn't let it out to a healthcare professional, let it out to my best friend. And she was taken aback like, whoa. Because she never knew. Like, whoa, I got married and that was an experience. I took care of my mom and watched her deteriorate to she passed away, and same with my grandmother. And even now that I am such a big cheerleader for seeking mental health care, I still don't.
So
because now I don't make the time.
Why not?
Because now I feel like I got so much going on, and I take medication. I do. I take medication for anxiety and didn't even realize it was helping me too. I forgot to take it for 2 weeks. And Shaki said, hey, what's happening with you? And I'm like, what you mean? She said, you're all over the place. I'm like, am I? She was like, no, you're all over the place. I was like, okay, because I didn't take this medicine in like 2 weeks because I just ain't get to the pharmacy to pick it up. And the minute I started taking it again, I was like, oh, this really is helping me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, let me say something that my sister would like to say, that she always says: you make time for the things that are important to you, and you should be important to you. Your health, your mental well-being, your
you should be. I need to talk to someone. And listen, when I'm hurt by a situational person, I'm hurt. It's over for you. And I sought out a healthcare professional, and I wanted a Black lady that I felt like could relate. And I searched, found one. It was not a good experience to me. It was telehealth. It was and we would schedule appointments, and she would be in her car, telling me wait or in the store shopping. And I'm like, how could you possibly give me the attention that I need?
So very unprofessional. That is not the norm, Muffy. That should not be your experience.
That was my experience, and I dropped it. I was like, I can't do it. Like, she didn't give me what I thought I needed. So I've been dealing all this time. I'll take my medicine and I'll keep pushing through. Because when I'm hurt, I'm scorned. Like, it ain't work for me. I ain't doing it no more.
But I'm gonna commend you, because in the short time, so we've been friends for a minute, but I still feel like, the more that I know you and gotten close with you, that you I'm not saying you're a shutout person, but you have your outlet. So I commend you for even having the outlet, because some people don't even have an Ashaki. They don't have your other friend, I'm not gonna say her name, but they don't have her. They don't have your cousins. You actually have some outlets that you are talking to. You just, what I'm saying? Maybe I guess you're not getting the actual, counseling that you need, but you are getting counseling through your friends. So I commend you for even talking to your friends about it and letting it out that way.
I don't.
All needed.
And
Muffy,
I talk to
you have what
these
we call
people that's
social
on here
capital.
is as far as it goes.
Yeah, but
you have social capital. Your social capital is huge. You have, huge supports, so that looks like your friends, church and all types of different things that we, use to lean on and to support us and to help us. But I do think, I think that we get away with, I think mental health, we look at it as drugs, and people taking, people want to put you on medications, but that's not always the case. Right. It is about talk therapy and finding solutions to your problems and changing the way that you think about things, because our experiences make up who we are. And so we only know our experiences until we talk these things out and learn that these experiences do not define us. We can make our life what we want it to be. Then once we find that out and recognize that and get the tools that we need to do that, then we'll be on a different path. And so I really am a proponent of talk therapy, not just the medication piece, although
I've never ever
need
talked
their medication
completely with a professional. I've never sat down and talked it out completely with.
And it is hard to find a therapist that you feel comfortable in doing that. And what I'm saying? Because it's a relationship. This is you.
It is.
I'm telling my therapist things I ain't never told nobody. Like, I was in therapy the other day and I said, Lord, shit. And I just started boo-hoo. And she was like, so about 20 years ago, she said, oh, well, that's not resolved. And I didn't know that it wasn't resolved because I don't talk about it.
Right.
And so you are being vulnerable. You are being open. So you do want to find a connection with a therapist that you feel like has your best interest in mind, because what she was doing was so unprofessional and unethical, really. What I'm saying? So we want to find those relationships. You want to find, and it's not easy. You got to sometimes you got to, one person and try this person. You think you want a Black woman, but you may not. You may want a white man. You know what I'm saying? And so whoever fits you. Because that's what I wanted. But my therapist is actually a white woman. I thought I wanted a Black woman, but then I started thinking about it. I was like, shit, Indianapolis is small. She might tell my business. Girl, I'm petty. I got me an old white woman. She don't know nobody I know. All the things that I'm gonna discuss, I want all.
And that's another thing for me. I know so many people in Baltimore. I know so many people in this city I live in. That's another issue. And I know people that are in that profession that I went to high school with, that I went to middle school with, who that's their career now. And I did reach out to one and I said, hey, can you give me some ideas, some people? Excuse me, guys, his allergies is kicking my tail. And she sent me a list of different places and things, but again, sometimes I be feeling like I got a handle on it, and my attention and my energy goes to the people I feel like need it more than me, because I deal with it, not just me, like close to me, and I won't put it out there because I don't know if the people that are dealing with it want it out there, so I won't talk about it. But like it really entered my life in a way that I would never think. And I was overwhelmed. So, and I was younger, of course. And I found the tools to help them. But because I was helping them, I still didn't help myself.
And that's what we do as Black women. We as Black women, I feel that we take on everybody else's problems. We want to be the nurturer. We want to be the counselor. We want to be the homemaker. We want to be the breadwinner. We want to do it all. And even if we do it all, it takes a toll on us. So we can't do it all.
I did it all.
We're not taking care of ourselves.
I was that perfect wife. I cooked every day, and I gave big events at my house, and people on the outside looking in was like, oh, you got it together. Y'all got it together. I want what y'all had, not knowing you don't even know what I have.
Right. You think you want what I have.
Because I was never the person who told what was happening in my life, in my household. Never that person. Until this thing right here came upon my life, and I felt like I threw up everything at one point. She can take it.
Verbally vomiting. Let you vomit.
I do take it. And I because that is what I'm here for.
That's what you're for, though. You can trust your friends. Some people you can't tell everything to, but you do have those friends, and you need your person. That's
my person. She's my person.
You need your person to be able to vent to.
And she gets me together, guys, and we be mad.
She be mad.
She gets me together, and that's why I love her so much, because I hang up on her and everything. I be mad because I got a temper on me.
You really don't.
She does. Oh man, yes,
maybe
it does.
She like me. Me and Muffy like each other. Like I'm so very personable, very sweet. But when I go there, I goes. It's not no stopping.
Work cool. That in therapy, ma'am. Are you working on that in your?
Listen,
I got other issues right now. We'll work on that later.
we gonna table that. We're gonna work on
it. Goes there. It's over. And that's how I know when I have a pure, nothing but love and respect for a person, because my temper and my anger doesn't allow me to see nothing but red, and you gonna get whatever I'm giving. But because the respect for my best friend, I just hang up, get myself together, and she knows me. She don't get offended. One day I hung up on the phone, and it was the three of us, me, Ashaki, and Pat. And I think Patty was like, what the fuck just happened here? Because I was like, fuck you, and you don't know. Click.
I was like,
and then I called back later, like nothing ever happened. So hey,
dude.
Yeah.
Friendship, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, and now I understand. Like, I'm like, okay, she's mad. But again, the fact that you call back and we continue on, that's real friendship.
And it was really
right back in the conversation, right back on Facebook, like, boop, hey, what y'all doing that?
Patty was so concerned.
Like, nothing ever happened.
So unbothered, like, she be all right. She pull herself together. Give me a second. Let me get her together. She'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Because Patty was really like, oh my God, I think we really upset her. And I was like, girl, I'm not studying her. She better pull it together.
Well, we did, and listen, I'm
But
gonna tell you,
not many people can get me together,
they
and they
can't.
know that.
And it's good that you have friends that can let you be you, because you're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what comes about
And that's
when
the other
queens
problem that
converse.
we have.
We have a
As
friendship.
Black women, we feel like we have to be perfect. We have to always be, prim, proper, look a certain way, dress
And
a
that's
certain
why when
way,
you have your
makeup
friends
done,
that
hair done, always on point.
you can be
and
you.
that becomes a lot to hold. I am the self-proclaimed strong friend. So, it's hard, when you are that friend that you feel like has to make sure that everybody is okay. And I'm the fixer. So I take on everybody's things and I always want to fix everybody's things. But you look up and you forget about yourself and being able to identify what is going on with your own personal self.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that us having, what I'm saying, the relationship and the bonds that we have, when Patty was talking about that, I don't want to belittle that, because that does mean a lot. Being able to have connections with people that you can be yourself with, and they can check your ass, and you can be like, nigga, whatever. But then you think about it, you like, they might be right. All right. Then call back, hey girl.
Yep.
So you know what I'm saying? You get yourself together. It's good to have people that can, check you and get yourself in line and give you some perspective.
She'll tell me in a minute, hey, when you get yourself together, we're gonna talk about it.
Right.
And the same, I do the same with her though. There's no cut cards with me. Hey, no. And she know, and she be like, you right, okay, well, whatever. So it's a mutual relationship there, because I don't ever have to worry about how can I say this to her and it won't. I never had
rub her the wrong way.
Right.
Yeah, that's my sister. I don't give a damn. I'd be like, girl, listen, hey, you was wrong, and this is this, and whether she be like, whatever, and I'd be like, yeah, okay, but whatever, you heard me though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you need people in your life like that. You need people in your life to check you. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't always right. And we need somebody to listen to us when we struggling.
I was the person who absorbed it all. All of my friends called me, and that was an issue when I was married, because he used to say, you fix everybody else's issues, but not ours. Because I felt like, well, I got to be there for my friends, because I feel like if I don't answer this call, it's going to be the time something happened, and then I'm not going to be able to live for myself. I can't not answer this call. But you
have to know your limits. So
you gotta know you gotta have boundaries. Boundaries.
And you learn them as life goes on. You learn them, but
you do.
I didn't know who I was until I hit 40 years old.
Let's say at 41, I know all my boundaries now. I know my.
I did not know my boundaries. I did not.
All mine right.
And even at 40, I made some of the dumbest fucking choices I could ever make. But at 44,
you're not no more.
I feel like at 40, this is the time that you are getting to know, like you really like, okay, you know yourself, you know what you're willing to take, what you're not willing to take. You are starting to learn a lot more about yourself, and you are willing to voice that. At 40, I'm willing to say, hey, yay, nay. I think about it. You know what I'm saying? I think that this is the age where it starts to come, where we all start to, our eyes are open, our minds.
You know what you want,
realizing who we are.
You are sure of the person that you are now, so you set your boundary. I set my boundaries from the door. This is what I'm willing to deal with and what I'm not, and I'm not taking no shorts, like, period. And sometimes it can be a form of self-sabotage for me, because listen, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people who watching this, y'all only here because of Ashaki. Because I was on my way out the door with a lot of people, like, no, for real. Family, friends, it did not matter. If you was not on my wavelength and not giving me what I needed, yes, and that's being self, giving me what I needed, because we got to do that.
And that leads to something else. So this conversation, of course, could go on forever, because it is such a big thing. We have talked
about this. Akua, Patty, me, Ashaki. It's your turn.
Well, I mean, like I said, I've had my own struggle with, I'm the self-proclaimed strong person. So, I take on a lot. but I take on a lot because I feel like that is who I am. Like, that's what I'm good at. I'm good at fixing. I'm good at motivating. I'm good at supporting. Like, that's where I feel like a lot of my passion lie. A lot of my passions lie in my friendships. And, but of course, because of that, and because of the way that I grew up, and because I also have an issue with looking or feeling weak, things that I feel like make me look weak or feel weak, I struggle. And in struggling, it tends to take a hold of you. And you realize that you're sinking, and you don't, it's like, how did I get here? I don't even know how I got here. Like, which road did I take? Did I make a left somewhere when I was supposed to make a right? Yeah. Lord, I'm on the wrong road. And so, in the midst of starting to seek mental health, and become a healthier person, a lot of the stuff that you see behind me is because of that journey. This space that I am is in my meditation room. That is my journey. I have gotten to the point to where I do not compromise my peace. My peace is paramount, period. Yeah. So if I feel like something is going to interrupt that, I will chunk you to deuces and keep it moving, and may God bless you, because I'm not going to allow it. So, I'm all for mental health. It is a journey that we all need, even if you don't feel like there is something specifically wrong or, some major diagnosis. We all, period, fare better from having someone to bounce our thoughts on that is not a biased individual.
Mm-hmm. And I want to tack on to what Ashaki said, is that, we sometimes I think people think about mental health like, oh, schizophrenia or, some type of major mental illness. And that's not always the case. We suffer from depression, anxiety, mood disorders, right? And so, it's not always, oh, I'm hearing voices or I'm seeing things, right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's you working with your thought processes and helping you to work, helping you to understand where that comes from and how you can make a change from your thoughts to your behaviors. And so I just want to make sure that is clear, because people always assume that we're talking about major mental illness, right. And that's not always the case, although definitely those people need to be seen as well. But when you're struggling with depression, and it may just be situational, it may just be, these last 3 months I'm struggling, seek some help. It's okay.
Right. Yeah. I'd take this last point to wrap this conversation, that we all need to what did you say earlier? You said something about you said something like a quote.
Make you
something about you are important to you. Whatever that was, you are important to yourself. Like, you have to put yourself on. And I think that we all have a little homework to do on our mental health, working on the mental health that we strive to achieve.
Yeah.
Amen.
All right, we're gonna take a pause and let y'all know about some of these sponsors. We'll be back. We are back, and of course our last segment leads into our current one, which is love and happiness. And we are talking about love and happiness.
Okay. Hey,
we are talking about Al
Green had that.
Come on, boy.
He
baby,
that was the Al Green thing. He had that.
Got burned from grits.
Yeah, get you every time.
She needed to check her mental health. Her mental health.
He motherfucking ass. He shouldn't have been doing what he was doing.
He's sick of that foolishness.
Anyway,
hey, that's part of love and happiness.
He was messing with
Anyway,
her
we're
face.
talking about
taking no more.
self-care, how self-care and being selfish is a part of your happiness. So,
amen. Hallelujah.
yeah. And my thing is self-care is not selfish. There are times when you may have to shut down to fix or maybe not even fix,
regroup,
fine-tune, regroup what you have going on within your life so that you can go out and do another day. It's okay to say, no, I'm not going. No, I'm not going. I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm just not going to be able to make it. And guess what? You don't owe anybody any type of explanation as to why you cannot be available to them at that time.
Yeah.
There are many things, of course, we talk about unapologetically natural and unapologetically natural. Part of that is your well-being. And your well-being is essential to who you will be on a day-to-day basis and your happiness. Yeah. So what is your form of self-care, Aisha?
So my creative juices start to flowing. I need to do something creative. I will refurbish a piece of furniture. That's for me. I like to do that. It's my piece. But for me, it's music. Anybody who knows me knows. Music speaks to my soul. And it can get me in a mood. It can get me out of a mood. It just brings memories back. Every song that I can listen to, I can relate to a point or time in my life. So music is a part of self-care for me. Traveling is a part of self-care for me. And people, I have been told recently, I've been living through you on social media because you have a good time. My friends and my family are so important to me. So my self-care is spending time with the people I love the most, and that's my friends and my family. But it also has become a time where I cannot do that. Self-care might mean today is Netflix and chill with me and me alone.
Yeah.
Because my peace is important. I've come too far in life. I am, for the first time in my life, I live alone. The first time.
She said, what is that? What is that? I don't even know what that is.
People had experiences in colleges. Not me. So self-care for me is doing the things that make me happy and make me feel good. Whether that's doing something creative, whether that's just listening to music and traveling. That's what makes me feel good.
What's yours, Akul? What does self-care look like for you?
Oh, it has looked differently throughout my years. I know at one point in time it was positive affirmation. So I would, or in quotes that I felt like spoke to me. So I would have the little Post-it stickers on my mirror. So when I woke up in the morning, I would look at those. I would say these affirmations to myself. I would say these quotes just to get me, going and motivated throughout the day. Today, I guess it looks like taking a bath, putting some of that unapologetically bath salts in there, using some of that scrub, getting all these, rough spots, my knees and my elbows and all these good things. Just taking some time, listening to some music and just having some me time, some cool time is very important. I'm also very I'm into journaling. I'm into, writing my thoughts down, whether they are negative or positive. Getting those actual thoughts out of my brain helps me, improves my ability to focus on task at hand. And then, of course, my people, my sisters, my best friend, and my other best friends like Muffy and Patty, them as my girls, and Jerry, and all these people that pour into me and I pour into them. And so, they know, like, just the time to talk to you, or crack some jokes, or sip a little wine, go to brunch, doing those different things that I know are focused on me and helping me to get through the rest of the week is very important for me and my family. They don't know it's important for them, but it's important for them. They want mama to be mama.
Patty?
So self-care for me is doing whatever makes me feel good. Um, I did not used to do a lot of self-care a long time ago, but lately I would say as in the last couple of years, self-care looks like a lot of things for me. So my number one self-care is cooking. So y'all already know, everybody knows. I run my own catering business, spoons and spatulas. And honestly, I hate to say this, but I don't. I came to the realization that I don't like cooking for other people. Okay. I like cooking, but I don't. Like, I don't like cooking for money, making it a job. That is not self-care for me. But cooking for myself, making TikTok videos, making reels, like that is an outlet for me. I actually really love to do that. I don't care how long it takes me. I don't care about the editing process. I will go to the store every day. That is like I go to the grocery store every
She
day.
go
So
to the store every day, y'all.
I go to
Every
the store
day.
not bother me a bit. I could be a
Goes to the grocery store every day.
like that's self-care for me. So cooking is my passion. Like I said, for myself, I like to do that. Pretty plates. I like to I'm into self-care, skincare, by the way. So I have invested a lot of time in my skincare over the last year. Thankful to my shout out to my best friend for showing me that. That makes me feel good about myself. So giving myself facials. I'm into the whole bath routine. I have every Epsom salt, every type. Honey, I got the salts, the bubble baths, everything. Whatever you need, I got all of that. That's self-care for me. Self-care is also people. That means if I'm dating, self-care is dating for me. That is, if I don't want to be bothered, I don't be bothered with them at the time. Self-care is my friends. I love spending time with my friends, and I have made an effort to be a better friend in self-care. Okay. I have a lot of friends who are close to me, who really have poured into me, who are really close to me, who have been there for me. And I think I'm trying to do better at returning the favor to them. Even if it means I have to be honest, with my friends, if, whatever that entails. Traveling is self-care. I was always able to travel. And I can say that, it was really hard for me financial wise in the past to travel, especially with my two kids. But now I'm doing a better effort, even if that means like traveling does not have to look at like a 5-day, weekend every night. It can be a 2-day weekend. And I'm trying to get better at that by spending time with my friends. So that's what it looks like to me. But like I said, overall, self-care is whatever makes me feel good at the moment. Today, I'm having brunch with my best friend. I'm blessed to be able to spend my time with her for her birthday. That meant a lot to me. So whatever I had to do, I was going to make sure I was here for her birthday. And that's self-care for me. That makes me feel good just to be in her presence because we're not in the same state. So I'm very blessed to do that. And self-care is also, lastly, you four ladies. This is an outlet for me. I didn't know how much I needed this podcast. So at first I was like, I was kind of nervous about the podcast. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do on this or whatever, but I really like it. It's an outlet. So I just want to thank y'all, for this. It's fun. The conversation is flowing. The more we do this, I really enjoy it. So this also is self-care for me. So
cheers to you, Patty.
So self-care for me, it's funny. I too, it has changed. I remember being younger and at that point in time, only having one child, and every Thursday I would get a bottle of wine. I would run me a full tub of water. I would turn on Eric Benet's Femininity, and I would light a candle. And I would sew. That was my Thursday routine. I would paint my toes. I would wash my hair. That was my Thursday routine. Of course, as I've gotten older and my life has changed, those things don't typically happen on the Thursday. I try to get those in when I can. But self-care for me, of course, looks like hiking. I love to hike. Particularly anywhere that has a waterfall, because I'm very attracted and attached to water. Water brings me peace. It definitely gives me clarity and helps me process. Self-care, of course, for me is traveling. I am an avid traveler. I love to travel. I love to see new things and learn new things and visit new places. It fills me with joy. And my friends. I'm a very big family person. I come from a close, tight-knit family. So, we typically have gatherings every year to be able to spend close fist every year, to be able to spend time with one another. And then, of course, I travel with these ladies here. And those times allow me to just be me without having to be a professional Ashaki or mommy Ashaki or business owner Ashaki. And it just allows me to be Ashaki, and it allows me to be Ashaki unfiltered as always, in a space that is judgment free, and a space that helps me grow. So, as we said, self-care. Self-care is not selfish. It is fine to say no sometimes. You have to be able to have that safe space to protect your peace. So,
And
anybody
no
else?
is a complete sentence.
Man.
No is no period. You don't have to offer an explanation. And I'm at fault of that. I used to have to no because I can't because no.
No.
No
And
is an
self-care,
answer
like,
and an explanation.
Yep.
Period. No is
Period.
valid. That's it.
Yeah.
Self-care
And
is not.
self-care looks different to everyone. I want
Everybody.
everyone to understand that, your self-care may not be the same as mine. Like Patty was saying, she likes shopping, honey. I wish I would have to go to the grocery store. I order my groceries online, okay? And I have them delivered to my home because
I
grocery
despise
shopping
grocery
is stressful to me.
Ooh.
And so it's okay that, your self-care looks different from this person. You try different things out. You figure out what works best for you. That's what's key.
Yeah.
And you know what? Each one of you said, you was like, my self-care used to look like, and I was sitting here like, I don't have.
Because you didn't have it.
I didn't have any self-care. I didn't even know what self-care was.
It was.
Your self-care was self-preservation.
Yeah. Really, for real.
SOS.
No, really, honestly, that was your self-care.
Yeah, I didn't know. I did not know what self-care was or what it meant, and how important it is to your mental health.
Yeah,
Yes.
You got to take time
and it is
out
key
for you
to pour into the people that pour into you.
Come on now.
It is very draining when you pour into people who don't know how to receive it or don't reciprocate it, or people who don't do anything with it. I'm constantly pouring into you, and at the bottom of your cup is a hole. So you're not filling up. Like, I'm pouring and pouring and pouring.
And you taking all I got to give, and it ain't going nowhere.
No, it's going nowhere. And you don't have anything to give anyone else. And it becomes exhausting. So that is why the word no is very important in self-care.
Yeah, absolutely.
In November, say no.
No.
No is a sentence.
What you not understanding? The N or the O? I can't remember what
it's
that was
a complete
from.
sentence. Like, don't get me wrong. For some people, you're going to give an explanation too, because they mean that much to you. For Patty's birthday is coming up. It's killing my whole spirit that I cannot make it, because that's what we do. Our birthdays are when we make time for each other. So I owe her an explanation. I feel like I owed her that. No. I felt like I did, because saying no in that instance to me was not me being a friend. You know what I'm saying? But for some things, it's just no.
It's fine.
Some friends, it is just a no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't owe you anything. I know no, I don't feel like it. It's just fucking no. But I felt like I owed her an explanation, like, because it meant to me.
Right.
It made me feel better, because I couldn't just say no and walk away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? So in certain instances, I feel like, explanation is needed, because it's going to make me feel some kind of way. I can't just tell my friends no and that be it, because why am I saying no? Like, this is something we do.
Right.
You know?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I've never told Ashaki no. I'm going to figure that shit out. So what I'm going to do.
No, you're not. No, we don't say no to one another.
She means she gonna figure it out how to make it work, is what she was saying.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna figure it out. If I gotta take a 2-day train to get to her, I'm gonna take a 2-day train. Because
what's Patti LaBelle song? She be like, I will buy every
Oh, damn Patti LaBelle.
that is not Patti LaBelle,
That's
ma'am.
Gladys, ain't it?
Regina
Gladys?
Bell.
I don't care how you get here.
No.
That's Patti LaBelle. That's Patti LaBelle and that white man.
No, it's not.
Michael Google.
Y'all gotta learn y'all.
It's McDonald,
Oh.
Michael McDonald. But who
You
is
Gladys
that?
now. You talking about a midnight train in Georgia, baby, with Gladys.
Okay, so but who is
Yeah,
it?
that's Patti LaBelle. Y'all trying to tell me? I remember the video because they was in the video. They was in a different area. Remember, she was looking at the window.
Yeah, but that wasn't the song we talking about though. Y'all was off.
Now,
What song are you talking about, Kokua?
I'm a reacher by caravan.
Across the
That's
desert like an caravan.
That's
I
not
don't
it.
care
Me and her
how
singing
you get
the same
there,
song.
just get here if you can.
But you telling us that
There
ain't
are
Patty?
hills and mountains between us. That song.
That's Regina Bell.
That's who?
That is
Regina
not
Bell.
Patti LaBelle.
Regina
I'm
Bell.
gonna look it up here on this internet and tell
Go
me
They
ahead.
saying
How much you
Regina
wanna-
Bell.
Go
Bell.
ahead.
Not
Look it
Patty
up.
LaBelle.
Look
Regina
it up,
Bell.
ma'am.
Fed me.
That ain't even a
I don't-
Patti
I
LaBelle
don't get-
tune. Think about that song.
Patrice said it's Regina Bell. Listen, y'all. See, this is what happens when queens converse. I can't. I don't know what to tell
No,
y'all.
come
We're doing
on.
the best we can.
I need to know.
Did you figure it
I'm
out?
getting
And now
there.
we're investors, so
Close
we
your
gotta know.
Close
Before
your
we
mouth.
close out, we gotta
Okay.
know who sings that song.
We
Who
got to
sings it?
know.
Oh, you can't see?
Look at it. Look at the old age. Old
You
age.
can't
Talking about
eyes.
Maletta Adams. That ain't who I was talking about.
Hold on. You can't see? Hold
Not
on.
Olita
Come on,
Adams.
Patty. Get it together, sis.
Oh, my bad. God damn. It's Olita Adams. That's what I done said.
Olita Adams.
It wasn't
Lord.
Patty.
I fucked up. Players
Well,
fucked
you
up.
messed up too. And
Play
so that's
fuck up
Olita
you
Adams. None the way. Get
Players
here when
fucked
you
up
can.
everybody. It's Olita. It's her.
That means,
Olita.
unfortunately, you all, that means that we've probably had one too many drinks and it's time to bring this to an end.
You
So
right.
we are going.
I was wrong. Sorry.
Come on.
It's
Yeah,
on my
we was
own. Patti
Not
LaBelle
as
and
empty.
Michael McDonald.
She was
We had
right.
one
Your bottle empty too.
One too many.
One-
This is what happens. And that means it's time to bring this to an end.
This is sad.
So we will see you all next week. And remember, when queens converse, the crown may shift, but it never falls. Y'all be
Never
blessed. Have the
falls.
day you deserve.
Have the
We'll
day
see y'all
you
next week.
deserve.
We love you.